The dawn of humanity. Introducing Adam and Eve. The book of Genesis in the Bible introduces us to Adam and Eve. They are the first humans created by God. It explores themes of creation, obedience, sin, and the consequences of our choices. Adam and Eve's story is a tale of innocence lost. It is a reminder of the power of choice and the responsibility that comes with free will. Their journey, as described in Genesis, continues to resonate with readers thousands of years after it was first written. The story of Adam and Eve is not just a historical account, it is a symbolic representation of the human condition. It speaks to our inherent desire for knowledge, our struggle with temptation, and our capacity for both good and evil. Their story is a mirror reflecting the complexities of human nature. It is a timeless narrative that transcends cultures and generations, prompting us to examine our own lives and the choices we make. Eden, a paradise crafted for man. God created a special place for Adam, the Garden of Eden. Eden was a paradise filled with beautiful plants, delicious fruits, and clear, flowing rivers. It was a place of abundance where all of Adam's needs were met. God placed Adam in the garden to cultivate it and care for it. Adam was given dominion over all living things. He was instructed to name the animals, signifying his authority and responsibility within creation. Eden represents the ideal state of existence, a harmonious relationship between humanity and the divine. It was a place of innocence and purity where sin and suffering were unknown. The beauty and bounty of Eden highlight the privilege bestowed upon Adam. He was given a place of perfect peace and provision, a testament to God's love and care for his creation. Eve, a companion, formed from Adam's rib. God saw that it was not good for Adam to be alone. He desired to create a companion for Adam, someone who would complement him and share in the joys of Eden. God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. He then took one of Adam's ribs and from it fashioned Eve, the first woman. Upon waking, Adam recognized Eve as a part of himself, bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. The creation of Eve from Adam's rib signifies a deep connection and equality between man and woman. They are two halves of a whole, intended to live in companionship and mutual respect. Eve's creation also highlights the importance of relationship and community. Humans are created for connection, to love and be loved, and to support one another. Life in the garden, innocence and harmony. Life in the Garden of Eden was idyllic. Adam and Eve lived in a state of innocence, unaware of good and evil. They were naked and unashamed, their nakedness a symbol of their purity and lack of self-consciousness. Their days were spent in peaceful communion with God and each other. They enjoyed the bounty of the garden, tending to it and delighting in its beauty. They lived in perfect harmony with nature and with their Creator. This period of innocence represents a time of blissful ignorance, a state of childlike wonder and trust. Adam and Eve were free from the burdens of sin and the knowledge of good and evil. Their existence in Eden serves as a stark contrast to the world they would soon encounter. It highlights the profound loss of innocence that occurs with the fall of humanity. Section 5. The Serpent's Whisper. Temptation enters Eden. Into this paradise entered the serpent, a cunning and deceptive creature. The serpent, often identified with Satan, approached Eve with a question. Did God really say, "You must not eat from any tree in the garden"? The serpent's question was designed to sow seeds of doubt in Eve's mind. It challenged God's word and his goodness, suggesting that he was withholding something good from them. The serpent's presence in Eden represents the introduction of temptation and deceit into the world. It marks a turning point in the story, a shift from innocence to the possibility of disobedience. The serpent's subtle manipulation of Eve highlights the vulnerability of innocence and the power of temptation to distort truth. Section 6. The Forbidden Fruit, a bite into knowledge and shame. The serpent focused Eve's attention on the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the one tree from which God had forbidden them to eat. He told Eve that if she ate from it, her eyes would be opened and she would be like God, knowing good and evil. Eve, tempted by the promise of knowledge and power, succumbed to the serpent's deception. She ate the forbidden fruit and gave some to Adam, who was with her, and he ate it too. The act of eating the forbidden fruit represents a deliberate act of disobedience against God's command. It signifies a desire for autonomy and a rejection of God's authority. This act of disobedience, often referred to as the fall, has far-reaching consequences for Adam and Eve and for all of humanity. Section 7. Who told you that you were naked? The unveiling of self-awareness. After eating the fruit, Adam and Eve's eyes were opened. However, the knowledge they gained was not divine wisdom, but a painful awareness of their nakedness. They felt shame for the first time and sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When God came to the garden, they hid from him, afraid of his presence. God called out to Adam, "Where are you?" Adam responded, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God's question, "Who told you that you were naked?" is pivotal. It highlights the shift in Adam and Eve's consciousness. They were no longer innocent and unaware. They had gained a new understanding of themselves and their vulnerability. The shame they felt was a direct result of their disobedience. It marked a separation from the purity and innocence they once possessed. Section 8. The consequences of disobedience. Shame, fear, and blame. Adam and Eve's disobedience had immediate consequences. They experienced shame, fear, and a breakdown in their relationship. Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent, each attempting to shift responsibility for their actions. God cursed the serpent, declaring that it would crawl on its belly and be at odds with humanity. He cursed the ground, making it difficult to cultivate. He also cursed Eve with pain in childbirth and Adam with toil and hardship in his labor. The consequences of their sin extended beyond their personal shame and fear. It affected their relationship with God, each other, and the natural world. The harmony of Eden was broken. This event signifies the entrance of sin and suffering into the world. It highlights the interconnectedness of creation and the far-reaching impact of human choices. Section 9. Expulsion from Paradise. A new reality of toil and suffering. As a result of their disobedience, Adam and Eve were expelled from the Garden of Eden. They were forced to leave the paradise they had known and enter a world of toil and hardship. God placed cherubim and a flaming sword east of the garden to guard the way to the tree of life. This expulsion represents a profound loss of innocence and privilege. Adam and Eve were banished from the presence of God and forced to confront the harsh realities of a world tainted by sin. Their expulsion signifies the beginning of the human journey marked by struggle, pain, and the constant battle against sin and temptation. It highlights the separation between humanity and God as a consequence of disobedience. Section 10. The legacy of Adam and Eve, sin and redemption in the human story. The story of Adam and Eve is not just about a historical event. It is a timeless tale that speaks to the human condition. It explores the themes of temptation, sin, and the consequences of our choices. Their story is a reminder that we are all susceptible to temptation and capable of making mistakes. It also offers a message of hope, pointing towards the possibility of redemption and restoration. Throughout history, many have interpreted Adam and Eve's story as an explanation for the presence of sin and suffering in the world. It serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to learn from their mistakes and strive for righteousness. However, their story is not just about the fall of humanity. It also sets the stage for God's plan of redemption through Jesus Christ, who offers forgiveness and reconciliation with God. Section 11. Conclusion. A timeless tale of choice, consequence, and the human condition. The story of Adam and Eve, despite its brevity, continues to resonate with readers thousands of years after it was first written. It is a story that transcends time and culture, speaking to the very heart of the human experience. It is a story about choice and consequence, about the complexities of human nature, and the enduring power of love, forgiveness, and hope. Adam and Eve's journey from innocence to experience serves as a reminder that our choices have consequences. It highlights the importance of taking responsibility for our actions and seeking forgiveness when we fall short. Their story, though ancient, continues to offer valuable lessons for us today. It encourages us to strive for righteousness, to seek wisdom, and to live in right relationship with God and each other. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more epic Bible story. Don't forget to subscribe, Dandy Wangala.